Welcome, everybody. We're here in San Francisco at the wonderful fan cave here in San Francisco. And this is our March edition of the Junior Commentators. Boys, please introduce yourself. Give your name, age, and school, please.
My name is Matthew Candler. I'm 15 and I go to Archbishop Reardon.
My name's Avon Keith. I'm 14 and I go to Woodside International.
My name is Matt Mitchell. I'm 14. I go to St. Ignatius.
My name is Will, and I'm 13 years old, and I go to Good Shepherd.
Guys, we're here tonight. We're watching the Warriors playing a back-to-back game. They're playing the Portland Trail Blazers, who are currently the number 3 seed in the West. Both teams are coming into this game really hot. The Warriors have won all 7 games since the All-Star break, and the Trail Blazers have won 8 in a row. Warriors are a little short-handed tonight, guys. They're missing 5 players. And my question to you, first question to you tonight is, do you think the Warriors should continue to battle for that number 1 seed with Houston, or should their focus be on getting their players healthy for the playoffs? Candler, let's start with you.
I don't think they need to be in that number 1 seed. I think they just need to focus on getting their players healthy, and once they're in the playoffs, they can just dominate from there.
Avon?
Me, I feel like, honestly, having the first seed, I feel like it's just a number. Honestly, it's okay if we do get it, but if we don't, I feel like we're going to be in the playoffs anyway. So
Good. Matt?
I think having the 1 seed would be nice, but like the 3 or 4 seed's good too.
Okay. Will?
Yeah, for number 1 seed, it's just bragging rights. It's nothing too important. And if we get number 2 seed, it doesn't matter. We're still making the playoffs, so.
Do you guys, any of you guys think that does it matter at all for the Warriors? Do you think they've got one of the best road records in the league, and they've even won 14 in a row at one stretch during the season? Do you think playing on the home or on the road really matters to the Golden State Warriors? Avon?
I feel like it doesn't matter where you play as a team, you just want to give it your all, like any day. Like Westbrook, I want to steal one of his comments, he says that he plays every game the same. And for the Warriors, I feel like it's the same thing. Just every game just go by, and the season is, it's pretty long. Sometimes you'll have off games, or through the middle of the season, some players get tired or some get injured, but altogether, it's pretty smooth for the Warriors.
How about you, Matt? Do you think that playing at home means something to the Warriors, or they've just got the best team in the league and it doesn't matter?
I mean, playing at home for the Warriors is really a good advantage because how loud the gym is and how good of fans they have. But, I think they can play everywhere.
Good. Will, what do you think?
I think it does matter because crowds, like certain crowds get to you, and they probably get to the team. And at the Warriors Arena, I think that they help them win and help them do good.
Definitely jacks them up and gets them laser focused, huh?
Yeah.
Candler, you want to add anything to that?
I'm thinking the same as Will. I think having our home fans at our games really help us up, and I'm thinking definitely the same for other teams as well. It fires Draymond Green up all the time. Yeah.
Good comment there. I agree with you there. Now, this year, the Warriors lost 14 games before the All-Star break. Okay? The previous 2 years combined, guys, they lost 13 games total for the 2 years. Is there anything wrong with the Warriors this year? Why do you think they lost so many games before the All-Star break? Matt, you seem to have a comment.
I think it's because they were tired from China, as well as the season starting 2 weeks earlier. I think it really affected them. Maybe they weren't ready or fatigued.
I like that comment. I like to go back and talk about that trip to China. I think that took a lot out of them. They won the championship last year. They played a long season, and then the NBA sent them to China to play their preseason games, and they're not sleeping in their beds, and they're not practicing, and they're doing appearances. And the Warriors are a veteran team, so I think that definitely took something out of them. What do you think, Avon?
Yeah, I feel like when you go away, and even though you are a championship team, as time goes on and you're just meeting a lot of the fans all over the world, you're not going to be able to practice, sleep at home. You're not going to be able to do a lot of different things that you would do with your team when you're at home. So I feel like that takes a lot out of the Warriors.
Good.
So it was a bad time for them to start.
Will, anything to add to that? Why you think the Warriors have had kind of a rough start? They haven't played all as they have in the past?
Yeah, like you said, they won the finals, and I think they came into the season lax, and I think they're just like taking every team easy, and I think every team in the NBA has gotten better. So.
What about, when do you think, Avon, you have something to
I
add?
will say one thing though, even though they were laxed, I feel like the first game that we had against the Rockets was a real wake-up call. Just so you can understand that these teams were bringing their A game. Like, these games were intense. No one was just gonna lie over and just sit down and watch you just come back and win another final. It's just not gonna happen. So even though we were in China and we didn't have the time to come back and practice, that doesn't mean that these other teams were gonna do the same thing. No, they were ready. They were making sure they were prepared, coming back to make sure they were gonna beat us.
Have you guys seen that the Warriors have kind of changed things since the All-Star break ended? Do you think that they got a little bit of rest? They've won 7 in a row, and here they are tonight battling Portland on a back-to-back, and they're playing a pretty good game right now. Do you think that they've kind of flipped the switch here and that they're now a little bit more focused? Or do you think they're going to cruise still for the last 3 or 4 weeks of the season and then just turn it on at playoff time? Candler?
I feel like the Warriors are just going to keep on cruising. Obviously, I think they've realized that, yeah, we need to pick it up and that every team's getting better now. But I think at this rate, they can just cruise right into the playoffs and then maybe turn it on even more and just.
Will?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Go
Will?
ahead. Okay. Yeah, I think they're gonna keep on cruising, but at this point, because I think they're ready. By this time, I think they're gonna already be in the playoffs, and they're just getting to know teams and stuff. And yeah, I think they're gonna be like turn it on in the playoffs.
Avon, you wanted to add something?
Oh no, I thought you were going
Okay.
straight. But yeah, I'd probably say the same thing, that it's easy, that they're already basically through the midway of the season, so it's coming down to the end of the line and they'll easily be able to just get into the playoffs.
Okay. I want to turn my attention a little bit to their coach, Steve Kerr. And Kerr's done a couple of pretty interesting things this year, and I want your comments on this. One of the interesting things he did was he sat down Zaza, and he inserted JaVale into the starting lineup. And since they've done that, the Warriors have won off all 10 of the games with JaVale as a starting center. Do you guys like that move? What do you think about starting JaVale in place of Zaza? Avon?
I've always said it, and I've said it for the past year, that I don't really like Zaza starting because I feel like he doesn't bring a lot of energy. Like JaVale is able to do that all the time when he's on the court. He brings up the whole team. Everyone is hyped up when he's on. Zaza doesn't do a lot of that. He's more of he gets a lot of rebounds, but he's not as physical as JaVale, and I like that.
Matt, what do you think?
I think he's a good screen setter. Like, he's a brick wall. You know, he can.
Who are we talking about now?
Zaza.
Zaza.
You
okay.
know, he can't get all the boards, but he tries to get the boards. He plays good defense inside the paint, but I think JaVale brings more energy, and he's more of a fast-paced, fast break guy like the Warriors are.
Well, just before the All-Star break, the Warriors had played 24 games, and I think they were losing after the first quarter in 18 of those 24 games, guys. And that's why Kerr made that change, was to bring that energy at the start of the game so the Warriors wouldn't fall so far behind. Good decision, right, Will?
Yeah, I think Zaza fouls more on defense, and JaVale actually blocks shots more and protects the paint more than Zaza, and gets more rebounds as well.
Candler, you had something to add?
I think having JaVale in the starting lineup definitely brings a fiery passion to the Warriors, and his athleticism just continues to shine with them. Him, Curry, and KD being able to throw up lobs to JaVale and just having him be able to throw it down is really nice.
With all that said, there's been talk from guys like Russell Westbrook and a couple other players out there saying that Zaza's a dirty player. What do you think about that? Do you think he's a dirty player, or is that just the way he plays out there? And we got to take the good with the bad. Remember, he also hurt Kevin Durant at one time during the season. He fell into him, and we lost Durant for some games. So I don't know. Do you guys think that Zaza's targeting other players, trying to hurt them, or is that just what we got to deal with, Matt?
I think he's a clumsy player, but as well as being clumsy, I think he tries to flop too, maybe try and get some calls, but he takes it to an extent where it ends up being in the other team's favor, like him getting fouls called on him.
it appears that he's a dirty player, but he's really not, is what I think you're saying, right? Will?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's targeting anyone, but like, what happened when he did the Russell in the first game, when he like came off the screen and like bumped him like pretty hard, and then the second game they played him, he fell on his legs, and I think that was intentional. Like that was pretty dirty. But like the plays like the Kawhi Leonard, I don't think that was dirty because I didn't know. I don't think he would know where his foot would land. So. All right.
Yeah,
David?
I'd probably say the same thing for the Kawhi case. But as far as Russell Westbrook, I say that was dirty. As far as him being a dirty player, I don't know. Honestly, he does a lot of questionable things, but I don't feel like overall we can say he's a dirty player. So.
Chandler, you're shaking your head?
The Kawhi incident, I think, was completely on accident. I don't think that was purposeful at all. But the Russell Westbrook, him falling on his legs, definitely looked questionable suspect.
All right, good comment. Another thing that Kerr did this year I thought was really interesting, and I really want to get your comments on, is when the Warriors played Phoenix, and during the timeout breaks, he gave the clipboard to the veteran players, Andre, David West, I believe Draymond wasn't playing that game, and he gave them the clipboard and the board, and they said, you guys draw up the plays. Why do you think Kerr did that at that point? Evan?
I remember seeing a video on Stephen A. Smith and his opinion on it.
Okay.
And I remember him saying that it wasn't to offend the Suns. It wasn't like that. It was that when you're on a team and you're hearing the same person speak for 5 years in a row, you're going to get tired of it. And you're going to be like, well, can I do something? Can I add this? Or I want to do this instead of what you're saying. So that's why I feel like he did that. Just to show them, okay, well, I don't want to run my mouth the whole time while you guys are playing the game. I want you guys to have an opinion.
So what you're saying is he wanted to change things up.
Yeah.
That maybe the guys weren't listening to him, and he's trying to shake things up so that the Warriors would play better.
And then also, even though it wasn't directed towards the Suns felt like it was directed towards. Yeah,
right?
It felt like they were hurt because of it. But I'm saying you can't get mad at someone because they're doing their job. Yeah, they're doing something different from a lot of other coaches, but it's just a new style and a new tactic that he's thinking of. A lot of other coaches won't do that.
I think it was brilliant.
So it makes him a special coach.
I think it was brilliant.
Yeah.
You saw the guys become engaged in the game after that point.
And I like that. I liked it because it was different. It was new. It just goes to show you that the player can be the coach sometimes.
Matt, what do you think?
I think maybe Steve Kerr was just trying to like wake them up. You know, like they weren't playing their best. I think they were losing at the time, and maybe he was trying to try something new, see if the team could come together, bond, and find a way to come back and win.
Start winning games. Yeah, Will, you agree? You like that tactic that Kerr used?
Yeah, and I think he's trying to get the player's perspective, because then he can while he's coaching, he thought that he was doing the right thing, but he got the player's perspective, and he will build off that to like help them play better.
Good. Candler, you have anything to add with that coaching tactic?
No, I agree with Matt. I think that he definitely wanted to wake the players up and have them
do something different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason why this guy is one of the best coaches that ever coached. And I like the fact that he tries different things and he's not afraid to. You know, he's able to think outside the box. What about pickups here, guys? A lot of these teams picked up some new players here, guys that were cast off here the last couple months. Cleveland completely reshuffled their roster, right? They got rid of a bunch of guys, and they brought in 4 new players who are now starting. Houston picked up Joe Johnson and also Brendan Wright, ex-Warrior. Bellinelli ended up with the 76ers. IT ended up with the Lakers. So there's been some movement. Some of these teams are trying to add to their rosters before playoff time. Do you think the Warriors should have looked into picking up some players, or do you think they should stick with what they have? Avon?
I just want to say one comment on the Cavs.
Okay.
As far as having a lot of superstars on the team, I can see why a lot of people thought it was a good idea. And for me, when I first heard about it, I was like, well, wow, the Christmas game is going to be interesting. But just because you have superstars on one team, it's not going to show that the chemistry that they have between each other is going to work. And I feel like having D Wade come also messed it up because think about it, LeBron and D Wade were on the Heat. So they were already strong by themselves. But having Isaiah Thomas and Derrick Rose there, it messed up everything when D Wade came in. So I feel like on top of that, Isaiah Thomas got traded from a team that he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave the Celtics. It wasn't his choice. It was the NBA. It was a business. It was a business idea. So I feel like he did it. He felt hurt, so he didn't really want to play as hard.
Well, that to comment on what you said, they had no chemistry.
Yeah.
So they shook things up. They got rid of 5 guys. They brought in 4 new guys, and immediately they won 4 in a row. But I think since that time, they've lost. It kind of reinvigorated LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, but then right after that, they started to lose, and it just proves that they do need to build some chemistry with the new guys.
You can't have a super team and just think that it's going to work. It's not going to always work that way. Yeah, the Warriors are working together, but that's only because these players understand each other and they're not selfish. If you're not selfish on a team with anyone and you have your chemistry right, the team is going to succeed. But if you don't, it's not going to work because everyone wants to do their own thing. The NBA is not a street ball game.
Okay. So usually in the Warriors game, whenever we see Swaggy P or a lot of different players shoot threes, we'll do the antenna. So basically, you hold your arms up and you go like this. You just shake your legs also. That's what everyone else does in the background. Look. That's just our own little thing. It's a joke that my dad made. And when we would watch the game, we would do the same thing.
Any players you think the Warriors should have looked at? A few names that were thrown out there. I heard in the media. One was Chris Bosh coming back out of retirement and his heart issue and adding some scoring punch off the bench. What do you guys think about Chris Bosh? Candler, you're shaking your head?
No, I don't think that would have worked out at all.
You don't think that would have worked out? Why?
You got Jordan Bell. You got JaVale McGee. I don't think we need another center. Zaza Pachulia and Chris Bosh coming in, I don't think that would have helped at all.
Matt, would you like Chris Bosh with the Warriors? That possibility?
I would personally like the Warriors to save their money. You know, start thinking ahead for the future. Maybe like after like all the star players retire, they could rebuild their team. Maybe get some new guys, pay them more money, buy more guys.
Just go with what they got right now. Will?
Yeah, I think they have a good squad right now, and I don't think they need to add anyone to the team. And
Okay. How about another name that I heard floating out there? Derrick Rose. Avon.
I want to say something about Derrick Rose.
Okay.
I feel like over the years, Derrick Rose hasn't, like he's slipped up and he's fallen off. So he's not the player that he used to be. And a lot of people know that in the NBA. So as far as picking up Derrick Rose, I think we're okay. Like,
Let it go. Let him go.
I don't think that's necessary.
How about Joakim Noah for some energy off the bench? What do you guys think about him, Matt?
I'm gonna have to agree with Matt. I think we have enough centers.
Stick with the guys that are there.
Yeah, stick with the guys that are there.
Okay. Next question I have for you guys is, who's the biggest challenge for the Warriors to win the championship this year? Will, let's start with you on that end.
Probably the Celtics.
You think the Celtics?
Yeah.
Why do you think the Celtics?
Because Kyrie Irving is having a tremendous year right now. And I think, what's his name? Jaylen Brown got hurt, right? Is he coming back at the end of the season?
I think he's still playing.
Yeah, he's still playing. Yeah, plus him because he got hurt for a little bit.
Oh, you're thinking of Gordon Hayward, I think.
No, Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown
Jaylen Brown got hurt too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think he's going to come back, and he's an important factor to that team too. And they're doing well without him, so with him, they're going to do even better.
Matt, who do you think the biggest challenge for the Warriors is?
I think just getting to the championship, like playing against the Rockets, I think it'll be tough. They have a really tough division, especially with like CP3 and Harden on the same team. Plus CP3 is having an amazing year.
Yeah, he seems to have really meshed with Harden now.
And I'm gonna have to disagree with Will. I think I don't think one man can beat the Warriors. Just
Gonna take
because,
a team effort,
yeah.
huh? Avon, who do you think is going to be the biggest
I say the same thing
challenge?
about the one-man thing. One person can't get you a ring. One person can't do that. A lot of people have tried. But as far as the challenge for the Warriors, probably say the Rockets or the Celtics. I feel like the first game that we played against the Rockets, that had me, I was like, yeah, well, the season is changing, that the division is changing, that it's getting stronger, that teams are not just going to let you walk in. It's not, these games are getting intense. Every team wants to beat the Warriors, even the teams that are not even in the top 8. So just, it goes to show you that these teams are going to get stronger and that we have to play better. We can't just slack off. So as far as the playoffs, I'd probably say the Rockets, because they were probably the biggest challenge that I saw. And then the Celtics, I'm actually, personally, I felt scared of the Celtics when we went against them the first time and lost. I was nervous. I was like, okay, well, this is going to be interesting. So probably just the Rockets and the Celtics. I feel like the Celtics, they're a great team. They don't even have Gordon Hayward. So not even having him this season just goes to show, well, how much better they're going to be when they actually have him.
Any of you guys think the Toronto Raptors are a challenge this year? They're number 1 seed right now in the East. Any of you guys think they like the Raptors this year? DeMar DeRozan,
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry?
I like
Playing really good ball this year. What about OKC? No? Candler?
No.
Why?
Russell Westbrook can't lead the team. He can't do it.
Not a leader. Avon?
No.
I say for OKC, that's interesting. It's a touchy subject. Honestly, I want to say that as far as Westbrook, I feel like the whole team hasn't got over what happened over the couple of years of Kevin Durant coming to the Warriors. I feel like that's not done. It's not a settled or finished argument.
It's never going to be settled.
That's how I feel.
It's not
I feel like
gonna
it's
be
never going to be finished or settled. Like, even though these guys are grown and they're adults, it was a huge problem because they were family. So it wasn't even just basketball, was that they were family, they were brothers. When you do that to someone, it hurts them really badly. So I feel like Westbrook, it's going to be hard for him to get over that. And it just adds more energy to him, because I like Westbrook as a player. He's very great, especially being the MVP. So yeah.
They think they can
Phenomenal
beat the Warriors,
player.
though. They think they can beat the Warriors.
And I say they can, and I say they could. I say that they could.
They can't do it.
Only if the only reason why though is because we'd have to be thrown off our game. Draymond have to get in an argument and get kicked out of the game. KD would have to be off. So it's a lot of different factors that they would have to put in for the OKC to have a chance to win. But as far as the team, I like OKC. I like Paul George and Russell Westbrook and Adams. They're a phenomenal team. They're great players.
Will, you had something to add?
Yeah, so they can beat us in a 1-game series, but they can't beat us in a 5-game or 7-game series, because I think the Warriors have more experience with that, and they will prevail and win against them. So yeah.
Very good. One more question I have for you guys. The Warriors core 4, the 4 superstars, the starters. Who do you guys think will be the first one to leave? Let me start with you, Candler.
Clay.
You think Clay will leave?
Clay for sure.
Why?
I forget, but I think he was getting offers over last year's summer, the offseason. He was getting offers from teams. And
There's teams that definitely have talked about him. I think he's committed for one more year after this, but there's definitely teams that have talked about him maybe going home back to LA or something.
I think out of the top 4, I think he may be the lowest. And I think if he were to go, he would definitely go to LA, maybe to his hometown. And
either the Clippers or Lakers.
yeah.
How about you, Avon? Of the 4, who do
I
you
say
think
the
will
same
be
thing.
first
I
to
say
leave?
Clay.
Think
Because
Clay, huh?
even the internet spread a lot of rumors about Clay leaving last year, so that was one thing. As far as him being the lowest of the 4, nah, I disagree. I feel like it's Draymond. Draymond is a very great defender, but I feel like Clay does a lot of different things.
Like?
First of all, the defense against Kyrie. On top of that, he's one of the greatest shooters on the team.
But Draymond can shoot, and he's one defensive player.
I
of the year.
don't think he can shoot.
No, definitely not.
He can shoot.
You're tripping.
Not as good as Clay.
Not as good.
Not
He
as
can
good as
shoot.
Clay. No.
No.
I haven't seen him drop a 3 today. So
He airballed.
he airballed one. So
Matt, let me ask you, Matt, who do you think will be the first of the
It's.
4 to leave?
I believe it's going to be Draymond.
You think Draymond?
I think he's going to end up getting injured
injured.
because of how hard he plays.
That's a really good point. Draymond plays balls to the walls.
And then
He leaves it out on the floor.
after he gets injured, I don't think the Warriors will want him back. They'll probably find a replacement, and then he'll end up having to go to a different team.
Will, how about you?
Yeah, I agree with Matt. Like Draymond.
I think Draymond will be the first to go. Let me ask you one more question, guys. There's a guy out there that is a great player, Anthony Davis of the Pelicans.
Oh yeah.
Can do it all. Big man that can do it all. He becomes a free agent in a couple of years. Would you guys want to make the Warriors make a push for Anthony Davis, but they'd have to let 1 or 2 of the core 4 go? Let me ask you a question. Would you take Anthony Davis and maybe give up Klay Thompson and Draymond Green? Matt, you're shaking your head.
No, absolutely not. No,
Avon? No way.
no, definitely not.
What about for one of them?
I would.
Okay, well,
I
one
would.
of them.
maybe no.
Still no.
I would.
That's just not
Okay,
loyal.
I feel like
I would.
I feel like
loyal.
Anthony Davis is a very great player, phenomenal. I like. He's a very amazing player. He does a lot of different things, especially rebounding. Also, he's good with threes. But as far as taking out the core 4, no, definitely not.
Keep them together, give them a chance to run their course.
Yeah.
Let's see how many championships.
And plus,
they
that
can
might
run
mess up
together.
the chemistry of the team.
Okay.
Like you can have great players with the
Will,
chemistry.
you have a comment?
I think Anthony Davis would be a great addition because and get rid of Draymond Green.
I think you got to look at it. If that guy becomes available and he wants to come to the Warriors, I think you got to look at it.
You gotta take stars.
look at the
You
guy.
gotta take
I
stars.
agree with
No,
Will there.
over Draymond? though?
Over Draymond.
Nah.
Anthony Davis can shoot way better
Lowest
than
of the
Draymond.
4. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Lowest of the 4.
No, you said it was Clay.
You said it was Clay. You can't turn back. You can't turn back like that.
All right, guys. Well, we have a couple of special guests here at the Junior Commentators tonight. We have 2 of Avon's uncles that are here. We have Roosevelt and we have Uncle Jerry here. So they have a couple questions they want to ask you guys here tonight, too.
Okay, all
So I'm
right.
going to pass the mic over to the 2 uncles and let's hear what they have to say. We'll start with Roosevelt.
I have one question. How significant is the Jordan Bell injury to the Warriors lineups?
Okay, so I think for Jordan Bell, I think JaVale McGee is a great replacement. I think he can kind of parallel to Jordan Bell. But I think Jordan Bell is definitely better than him because of JaVale McGee has asthma, so he can't play as long as Jordan. But Jordan Bell, as soon as he comes back, I think his game is definitely going to improve the Warriors.
I'm gonna have to completely disagree there. We have JaVale, Kevon Looney, and Zaza.
Oh no. Zaza's like a minor.
No,
Yeah. Yeah.
listen to what I have to say. Okay, we have 3 centers. I don't think one center is gonna affect our lineup that much. We have centers for different situations. We could have Zaza for playing defense, setting screens.
Hurting
JaVale
defense? Hurting people?
Defense.
All right.
Okay, now I'll give you the screens, but the defense, no, out of
It's
there.
not. It's been better.
It's been better. Ooh, better. Okay, that's what we'll say.
All right, and JaVale can lead fast breaks. See, Jordan Bell, he's a great athlete. He's young, but he would be a good addition. But I think we're good.
Okay, hold up. I just gotta ask you this question: Bell or Zaza?
Bell.
Bell. Obviously.
Okay, so
I'm saying in certain situations though, because we have JaVale and Kevon Looney.
I say in 3 years, Jordan Bell would be a significant.
that's what I say.
Yeah,
I
it
say
would be a
that. Like,
significant loss.
he brings so much energy to the team. He's just like JaVale, as Matt pointed earlier. So as far as him being on the team, I like him. I actually want Zaza to go as quick as possible. Yeah. That's my honest opinion. I don't agree.
Distance Zaza.
All right. Thank you, fellas.
Thank you.
Let's pass it.
Thank you.
Okay, I have one question for you guys. The lower teams in the West, the lower teams in the Western Conference, there's the Clippers, the Jazz, the Nuggets. If the Warriors were to finish, basically if it's 1 or 2, which team would you like to see the Warriors open up against to begin the playoffs?
I'm gonna have to say Nuggets because I believe the Nuggets beat them a couple times, and you know they're underrated. I think they don't have many superstars, but I still think that it would be a good competition, especially if one of our key players is gone. Like tonight, we have 5 players gone. So
I'd say the Clippers, because that the Oakland versus the LA rivalry has been alive for a while, and then the Clippers beat the Warriors since like this year. And how long has it been? It's been a while since they've beaten the Warriors, and so I just want the Warriors to come to a Vail in the playoffs and beat the Clippers and show them like
Yeah,
it
I'd
was
probably
a
say the
fluke.
Clippers also. It's the rivalry that they have, and I've seen it over the years. Like we beat them all the time, and they haven't really beat us back. So that'd be good for a startup of the playoffs.
there wouldn't be any competition.
I mean, come on, bro. Still though, the rivalry.
saying.
I feel like the rivalry's there. Yeah, you won't have competition, but you still have a rivalry.
I'd rather see a competition like series rather than like just a blowout in a rivalry. It's personal.
Okay, you got a point. You got a point.
Well, there you have it, guys. We're here with the junior commentators here at the Fan Cave, and we've just finished our March session here. By the way, guys, the Warriors just lost the game against
108.
Portland Trailblazers. What was the score, Avon?
It was 108 to 125.
Warriors lost by 17, but they gave them a battle. It was close through halftime and into the third quarter.
Can I speak a little bit on the
Sure,
game?
go
I
ahead.
feel like in the first quarter, the rebounds were
Atrocious.
Yeah, literally, it was
Horrible.
terrible. It was horrible for the Warriors because when I saw it, the Warriors had 3, and I think the Trailblazers had 19. So just starting off, you can tell that was terrible.
Yes.
But they had a lot.
They battled back, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was too far gone though.
What about the Warriors at full strength? Is this game even close?
At full strength?
Closer.
Full strength
I feel like
Warriors.
we
versus
would've-
Quarter they would
Portland.
have
I feel like we would've
Fourth
had a
quarter they
20-point
would have pulled it
blowout.
off.
If we had full strength, I feel like we would have had a 20-point blowout. I say
dub?
that. I say that.
Well, that's
I
what
stand
the
with
Warriors
my
need to
comment.
shoot
Like a
for.
20-point blowout, like in the very end, or like it's going like the entire fourth
I
quarter.
feel like it's going like the entire fourth quarter, not like the very end, because I feel like that's when the team brings back like the most amount of energy just to finish.
Warriors still have a chance, guys, for that number 1 seed. Now they're probably 3 games behind. They're 2 games behind Houston, and
Really? I thought
Houston
they were
beat them in the season series, so they'd have
No, they beat 'em in
to
the
finish 1 game ahead.
Okay.
Warriors still have a chance for number 1 seed, or do you think it's slipping away here?
I feel like we can get it.
Still think we're okay?
I still think we can get it, but I feel like
he's already asked the
I
question.
say it's still not important.
It
not
doesn't
as
matter.
important.
Okay. Matt, you had something to say?
I said like this is the second time you asked this, but you know, it's okay.
They just lost another game.
I think it doesn't really matter as long as they're in the playoffs. Seeds
Okay.
really don't matter. Other than buys, like if they get a buy, that would be nice for the rest of their players. But yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I feel like the first seed it's just smack talk, but at the same time, you could be in the first seed and not make it to the
That's
finals.
true. That's true. You guys look at how many teams in the NFL wild card teams that have won the Super Bowl.
So
And those are teams that play 4 games in a row on the road. So you're probably right there. The best team will win.
Exactly.
The best team will win. So that's it here tonight here at the Fan Cave. We'll see you guys next month in April. We'll have one more commentators get together before the playoffs, and then we'll see you in the playoffs as well. Avon, anything to add?
Oh yeah, we just want to say for Jeffrey, we wish you could be here. We know you would have a lot of fun, especially on some of your comments. All right, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you live in the city, comment down below, and we'll make sure to have you at the next commentating. And we also want to invite the Warriors here to make sure that you guys will come here and see how we do the commentating and see the fun that we have here.
We would like to thank CJ So Cool for tweeting at us and supporting our show. Us 4 really appreciate it, and Jeffrey would appreciate it too.
Hey, Marshawn Lynch, I just wanted to invite you to come down and see how we do with the commentating.
We're signing off. See you next time.